Good evening. I'm going to be going over my field trip for my RDP design. Okay. This minimized. Okay. So on my thing here, I have got my field request form, and I've got my school, my name, and then the date of request. I've got our field trip, which is the Missouri Civil War Museum in St. Louis. The date of the field trip is 9/25 to 24. The departure time is 7:30 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. 20 students and 3 adults will be participating, myself and 2 chaperones, which includes the bus driver. And then there is the budget request with the number of people going and the cost, and then the lunch cost for all the people going, and then the gas cost, and then the estimated total cost. I've got where I've signed on my teacher organizer signature and then the date for that. And then I've got my additional support, which is my chaperones, and then emergency contact information. And then I have my parent permission form for the field trip. And then I've got where we're going, the date, time, and the purpose to provide students with immersive learning experience based on Missouri's role in the Civil War and Reconstruction, and as that relates to the Reconstruction. And I've got cost here, what to bring, emergency contact information, and then a disclosure to give permission for the student to go from the parent, and then emergency contact information, and then additional information, and then a date when to return that. Okay. And let's see here. Okay, and this is the Missouri Civil War Museum, and it gives a brief information about the Jefferson Barracks, and it is a premier Civil War museum dedicated to honoring the lives of thousands of men and women who made the ultimate sacrifice. The mission is accomplished through the museum. It is a nonprofit organization. And let's see, our facility, and it was originally designed in 1903 by the United States government, but has been in service since the 1860s, and it has overgone some renovations over the years. And it was a wreck for facility in World War I, and then after World War II, it's been pretty much abandoned for 60 years, and then the museum was formed, and then it began a decade-long restoration of the building, and it has numerous awards, and it's one of the top Civil War facilities in the state, museums in the state on the topic. A little bit of information about the Jefferson Barracks, and it is the oldest operational military installation west of the Mississippi River, and was established in the 1826. And it was a supported military installation. And then when the Civil War broke out, it aided in the conflict for the Union, and then as the war continued on, it became more of a hospital. Let's see, and then it was demolished except for the unit garrisons in 1871, and it aided in the Spanish-American War, and then was pretty much abandoned after World War II. There's the National Cemetery, which holds 16,000 troops and their families. The park, which we will see. Okay. And then we will have permanent exhibit galleries. We will see the pre-war gallery, and we will go over what we learned before the Civil War, as we learned in our previous lessons. We'll go over that, so that would be a refresher. There is the Hollywood and the Civil War exhibit, which I'm very excited to see. There is, I think, a 10-minute video for us to watch, a movie about the barrack. Let's see here, and then some information on the cost, and we will have a guided tour with a tour guide that will take 1.5 to 2 hours, and it is ADA accessible. So if we go into our PowerPoint here that I will give you guys. Okay, organized by me, field trip to the Missouri Civil War Museum, and it will be on September 25th, 2024. Okay. Details. We're going to be going to the Missouri Civil War Museum in St. Louis, Missouri. The date of the trip is September 25th. The departure time is 7:30. We will be back by 3 o'clock. And the participants are 20 students, our class, and then 3 adults, me and 2 chaperones. We will be taking the school bus, and all rules apply when you are on the school bus just like any other day. Along with us being at the museum, rules apply that we would use in school. Consequences will be dealt with according to the policies in the handbook. Purpose of this trip is to highlight the historical significance of Jefferson Barracks, the final resting place for over 16,000 Civil War soldiers, and explain content that is related to Reconstruction and its impact on Missouri. So we're going to be learning about Reconstruction, why we go to the barracks. Okay, there is a field trip assignment. Along with touring the museum during our tour, we will utilize a notebook and pencil during the field trip, which I will provide with your questions that you made beforehand in class to ask the tour guide. And you will use this to take notes during the tour to add to your bulletin board later on relevant information about Reconstruction. These items will be provided by me, the teacher, and any student who is not able to participate in the assignment will be given an alternative assignment and will be tasked with searching for relevant information about Reconstruction to add to their boards. This assignment is mandatory during the field trip and is worth 50 points, 25 homework points, and 25 participation points. Accommodations will be applied to relevant students, and the assignment will be modified based on his or her needs. Exhibits. There's the pre-war gallery that we're going to see, the Hollywood and the Civil War exhibit, the theater, the Medal of Honor exhibit, and then we will have a tour which will take 1.5 to 2 hours along with our assignment. Don't worry, it will be fun. Okay. Cost. It's going to be $7 per student and $10 for lunch. So total cost is $17 for anyone who wants to attend, along with any additional money that you would want to bring if we visit the gift shop. Okay. What to bring. Comfortable walking shoes, weather-appropriate clothing, your water bottle, which needs to be see-through, a packed lunch if you're not going to buy lunch or do not want lunch. So have a packed lunch if you're not going to buy lunch, and it has to be school-appropriate clothing based on the handbook. So school-appropriate attire. You need to follow the dress code. Okay. So here I have your parent permission slip attached, and your parents can just click on this link. I'm going to upload this to your Google Classroom, and you will each receive a physical copy of this. So you're going to take it home, and don't forget it's due on the 16th of September at the start of class. So I will hand this out to each of you. It's going to be uploaded on Google Classroom, and it's going to be sent out on Remind to your parents to view, along with upcoming updates about the due date. So remember, all school rules apply for this trip, and actions will be taken if school rules are broken on the bus and in the museum. These actions will be based on the policy in our handbooks. Remember, we want to have fun and have a fantastic day. Deadline to deadline for your permission slip and your payment. So I want your money early, the $17, so none of you lose it and we can keep track of it. I want this by September 16th at the beginning of class, as I said earlier. Do not forget that your permission slip and money need to be turned in on this date, no exceptions. I look forward to our trip together. Let's have fun and expand our knowledge together.